In this video, I want to show you how to download basin, sub-basin, river and lake shape file from HydroShed website for free. So let's get started. To do that, open your browser and let me open a new tab. Then here, search for HydroShed and hit the enter key. When it opens, come to this HydroShed, the first link. Click to open the website, and when it opens, you can see it seamless hydrographic data for global and regional application. You can read about it here. However, to download, come to products. When it opens, you can see data products here. You can see the HydroShed, HydroAtlas, HydroBASIN, HydroRiver and HydroLAKES. So you can download for any of these. Let's download for HydroBASIN. So if I click on that, you can see HydroBASIN, which represents series of vectorized polygon layer that depicts sub-basin boundaries at global scale. So you can take your time to read about it here. An important characteristic of any sub-basin delineation is the sub-basin breakdown. So you can just take your time to go through the write-up here to understand this data. Now if I scroll down and come here, if you are using this data for paper or publication, here is how to reference it. You can see it here. Now if you come under data download, you can see that the data is available at regional level. You can see Africa, even down to South America. You can see it here. Now let me quickly show you something. If I scroll back and come here, let me show you something. Let me right click this picture and open in a new tab. If I open it, you can see a major basin here, and this major basin is drained by a river, a major river, and the river is joined by some tributaries or smaller rivers. You can see the smaller rivers or tributaries that join the major river, and also these tributaries, they form sub-basins. They are the one that form the sub-basin, as you can see it here. Now the second aspect, if you look at a major basin up here, is also drained by a major river and with some tributaries. So the tributaries are the one that form the sub-basin. You can see it here. Now let's go back to our download page. To download, let me scroll down to download data page. Now if you want to download, you can download for any region of your choice, but let's assume I want to download for Africa. So I will click on download link. Once I click on it, the download of the HydroBASIN has started, and you can see it here. Now to download for example, HydroRiver, that is the river network, I'll click on HydroRiver. It will open the HydroRiver, and the HydroRiver represents a vectorized line network of 4 global rivers that have a catchment area of at least 10 kilometers square, or an average river flow of at least 0.1 meter cube per second or both. So you can take your time and read to understand this data called HydroRiver. So you can see a lot of information here. So if I scroll down to download section, here you can see the download data. So you can download at global scale or at regional scale as well, and they are available in geodatabase format and also in shapefile format. So let's assume I want to download in shapefile format. So I'll just come here and come to the download link here and click on it to start the download. So the download has started. Then if I want to download for the HydroLAKES, I'll come here and click on HydroLAKES. Here, the HydroLAKES aim to provide the shoreline polygon of all global lakes with a surface area of at least 10 hectares. So you can take your time and read about the HydroLAKE. So similarly, to download it, scroll down to the data download section, and here there are something I need to show you. It is also available as geodatabase format and also as shapefile. So you can download the lake polygon in shapefile format, and to do that, just click here to start the download. The download has started, and you can download the lake PowerPoint. So to download it, click on the download button here, and that will start the download. So after the download, let's try to visualize it in GIS software. After downloading, here are the files. They are zip files. We need to extract them. So let me just extract the basin and the rivers. So to extract it, right click and extract file. Click on OK. I have extracted the basin. Let me extract the river as well. Right click and extract file. Click on OK. The extraction is done. So you can extract the HydroLake points and HydroLake polygon if you wish to. But these two, the basin and the river, is enough for us to demonstrate this exercise. Now open any GIS software. Let's open QGIS and bring in those data. So to do that, come to Add Vector Layer. Navigate to that folder where you extracted the files. So I have it in this folder. The first one, let's bring in the basins. Double click it to open it. Now you can change, because there are many files there, change the format to shapefile by clicking on this drop down and choose S3 shapefile so that all the shapefile will display. So what we need to do, just select all. Select all the shapefile and click on open. Then click on add. Then click on close. You can see it has been added. These are basins and sub-basins in the whole of Africa. And here you can see we have level 1 to 12. What does that mean? Let me uncheck them. Let me uncheck this. That's level 12. We have level 11, level 10, level 9. I will zoom in to show you what it means. This is the whole of Africa. You can see the whole of Africa here. Now, for the whole of Africa is the level 1. Then level 2, Africa is subdivided into major basins. You can see it here. And we have level 3, where it's further subdivided into sub-basin. And we have level 4. I think level 4 is okay for us. And of course, we have up to level 12. That is the lowest subdivision of basin. You can see it here. And if I zoom it in, you can see the sub-basin they are divided to. But I'm interested in sub-level 4. So let me zoom out a bit and uncheck other ones. The downside of this data is that if I right click and open the attributes table, you will see that the name of this basin are not given. We only have the geometry. We don't have the name of the basins. So that's one of the downside of this data. So now let's assume I am interested in this very basin. If I'm interested in this basin, here is Nigeria, and we have Upper Benue Basin, the Lower Benue Basin, and other basins in Nigeria. because I'm familiar with this area, that's why I'm able to know it, because these basins are not actually named. Now let's assume I'm interested in this very basin. So what I can do is to pick the selection tool and then select the one I'm interested in. Then I will right click the layer and then export it. Then I'll click on save selected feature as. So when I click on that, I can navigate to my working folder. Let me just save it in my tutorial folder. Let me just call it basin for instance, and I'll click on save and click on OK. So I can now uncheck the bigger ones. Now you can see if I zoom to layer, right click and zoom to layer, you can see this very basin. I've extracted it from other basins. So now let's assume I can actually double click here and change the symbology. Then instead of simple fill, I can change it to simple outline and increase the width and click on OK. So I have my basin here. This is the outline. But let's now assume I am interested again in level 7. Let me click on it. You can see level 7. Let me bring this on top. Level 7, there are sub-basin within this basin. So instead of level 7, let's say level 6 for example. So in level 6, you can see the sub-basin inside this basin. So if I want the sub-basin inside this basin I've selected, the major basin I've selected, I can also select the sub-basin inside and use it to create another layer. However, what I want to do, I want to bring in the river network or drainage network that make up the basin I've selected. So I can uncheck this and bring in the drainages. So to do that, click on add vector layer. Let's navigate to where we extracted the river basin. So here is it, Hydro River. Then here is the Hydro River shapefile. I'll click on it and click on open. Then I'll click on add. So it's a very large file. It will take few seconds to some minutes. Yes, it is added. I can now click on close. So you can see the river network that make up this very basin. You can see it here. Now if I want to extract the river network within this basin I've selected, I can come to vector and come to geoprocessing tool. Then click on clip. Then the layer I want to clip is the river, and the layer I will use to clip is the basin I've selected. Then I can clip it as a temporary layer. Then click on run. So what that does is that it will clip all the river within the basin I've selected. Yes, it is done. So I can click on close and then I can uncheck the river here. You can see that I have successfully clipped the river network that make up this very basin. So in essence, this is how to download basins and rivers for free. If you like this video, let's know in the comment section. Thank you for watching.